A young servant lived in a quiet village at the edge of the mountains. His name was Amir, and he had the kindest heart anyone had ever known. Every morning before the sun painted the sky gold, Amir was already awake. Not for himself, never for himself, but for others. He believed that his purpose in life was simple: to serve, to give, to help anyone who crossed his path. It didn't matter if he was tired. It didn't matter if he was hungry. What mattered was that someone, somewhere, might need him, and Amir could never say no. One cold morning, as Amir prepared his only meal of the day, a small loaf of bread and some olives, he heard a knock at his door. He opened it to find a young boy, no older than 7, with hollow cheeks and tearful eyes. "Please, sir," the boy whispered, "I haven't eaten in 2 days. Do you have anything?" Amir's heart broke. Without hesitation, he handed the boy his bread, his olives, everything he had. The boy's face lit up with joy, and he ran off, clutching the food like treasure. Amir smiled as he watched him go. His stomach growled, but he ignored it. "I can eat later," he told himself. That boy needed it more. He walked to the village square on an empty stomach, ready to begin his day of work. But before he could even start, he saw an elderly woman struggling with 2 heavy baskets of vegetables. Her frail arms shook under the weight. "Let me help you," Amir said, rushing over. He took both baskets and carried them all the way to her home, nearly a mile away. By the time he returned to the square, his back ached and his legs trembled. But someone else was already calling for him. "Amir, my roof is leaking. Can you fix it?" It was his neighbor, a man who never paid him but always asked for help. Amir climbed onto the roof under the blazing sun. He hammered, patched, and sealed for hours. Sweat poured down his face. His hands blistered, but he kept working. When he finally finished, the neighbor barely thanked him. Amir didn't mind. He told himself that serving others was reward enough. Days blurred into weeks. Every single day, Amir gave more than he had. A freezing beggar needed a coat. Amir gave him his only one and shivered through the night. A sick neighbor couldn't work. Amir worked double shifts to cover for him. His friends began to notice. Amir looked thinner. His eyes, once bright and full of life, now seemed distant and hollow. His hands shook when he lifted things. His voice grew quieter. "Amir, you need to rest," his friend Malik said one evening. "You look like you haven't slept in days." Amir forced a smile. "I'm fine. There are people who need me. How can I rest when they're suffering?" Malik frowned. "But you're suffering too. Don't you see that?" Amir shook his head. "My suffering doesn't matter. Theirs does." He truly believed that. He believed that his own needs were selfish, that taking care of himself meant abandoning others, that saying no was the same as being cruel. So he kept going. He kept giving. He kept serving, even when his body begged him to stop. One particularly hot afternoon, an elderly man asked Amir to carry 2 heavy jugs of water from the well to his house. Amir agreed immediately, even though he had already worked since dawn without eating or drinking. He lifted the jugs. They felt heavier than usual. His vision blurred at the edges, but he pushed forward. One step, then another. His legs felt like they were made of stone. His heart pounded in his chest like a war drum. Halfway to the man's house, Amir's knees buckled. The jug slipped from his hands and crashed to the ground, water spilling everywhere. He tried to stand, but his body wouldn't obey. The world spun. His breath came in short, painful gasps, and then everything went dark. Amir collapsed in the middle of the street. People rushed over, the same people he had helped for months. The boy he fed, the woman whose groceries he carried, the neighbor whose roof he fixed. They all gathered around him, their faces filled with worry, but none of them knew what to do, because Amir had given so much for so long that he had nothing left, not even the strength to stand. A traveling merchant, an old man with a long white beard and kind eyes, happened to be passing through the village. He saw the crowd and pushed through. When he saw Amir lying unconscious on the ground, he knelt beside him. The old man lifted Amir's head gently, gave him water, and slowly, Amir's eyes fluttered open. "Easy now," the old man said softly. "You've pushed yourself too far." Amir's voice was barely a whisper. "But they needed me." The old man looked at the crowd, then back at Amir. "And now? Who will help them when you're gone?" Amir didn't have an answer. The old man helped him sit up and said something that would change Amir's life forever. "You cannot pour from an empty cup." Amir stared at him confused. The old man continued, "You've been giving and giving, but you never refilled yourself. You think that makes you noble. But tell me, if you destroy yourself completely, who benefits? Not you, and not them, because you won't be here to help anyone. Tears welled up in Amir's eyes. But if I stop, if I rest, if I say no, doesn't that make me selfish? The old man shook his head slowly. No, son. Protecting yourself isn't selfish. It's necessary. Amir wiped his tears. So, what do? You learn to say no. You learn to rest. You learn to fill your own cup first, so that when you pour into others, you're pouring from abundance, not desperation. That night, Amir sat alone in his small home. He thought about every time he said yes when his body screamed no, every time he gave food when he was starving, every time he worked when he was exhausted. He realized something painful. The people he helped never asked if he was okay. They just kept asking for more. Because he never set boundaries, they didn't know when to stop. And it wasn't their fault, it was his. He taught them that he had no limits, that he would always say yes, that his needs didn't matter. From that day forward, Amir made a decision. He would still help people, but he would help them wisely. The next morning, the boy who always asked for food came knocking. Amir had already eaten his breakfast this time. He gave the boy half, not all. The boy was still fed, and Amir wasn't starving. When his neighbor asked him to fix something, Amir said, "I can help you tomorrow. Today, I need to rest." It felt strange. It felt uncomfortable. But he did it anyway, and something incredible happened. The world didn't fall apart. People didn't hate him. God doesn't ask you to destroy yourself for others. He asks you to love others as you love yourself. And that means protecting your own well-being too. Set boundaries. Rest when you're tired. Eat when you're hungry. Say no when you need to. Fill your cup first. Only then can you truly pour into others without running dry. Because helping others is beautiful, but losing yourself in the process is tragedy.